Hello and welcome back to Thinking About Star Realms. In this video, we're going to be playing Chapter 2, Mission 6 of the campaign. As always, if you have any strategy tips or think that I made the wrong decision at any point, please put it in the comments. What makes this mission interesting is that, if you notice, our opponent has 6 cards in their hand and discard 1 even though we've not played anything. So we will be drawing 6 cards at the end of our turn instead of 5, but at the beginning of our turn, we have to discard a card. So this means that we'll be going through our deck a little bit faster. It means we do get a little bit of, filtering. Our opponent took Scrap, which might be better because, we get through our deck faster, and hence Scrap will be even better due to the acceleration. So Mistlebot's a good buy. Trade Pod is also a good buy just to get in some early trade into the machine base or hive. I feel like Recycling Station is a little bit harmed by these rules, just because you're already getting rid of the worst card in your hand. So getting rid of, I guess, the 3 worst cards in your hand, well, getting rid of 3 cards, including 2 of the worst in your hand, because, you have to pay for the Recycling Station. To get 2 average cards isn't quite as good when you already have 1, when you're already dumping the lowest. Fed Shuttle is not worth it. Trade Pod. And as you see, we drew 5. Okay, so they took the hive away from us. Now, do we want 4 or 5 buy in this hand? We're very early on, so again, damage doesn't really matter yet. So I'm tempted to go 5 cards, start with a survey ship, and grab a 2-cost or an explorer. I don't want to take 2 fed shuttles just because they're kind of crappy. Kind of really crappy unless you have a lot of other trade fed cards. Ooh, and we did get a cutter. So yeah, that is a great 2-cost. Mistlebot's a good buy. Well, the cutter maybe getting both the fed shuttles isn't the worst thing. We're at 6, so that's 2, 3. Did we get last turn? Yeah. So I feel like we are good on trade to get at least the machine base, because there isn't much more in the trade row right now. But then again, we cannot destroy the hive with what we have currently. Yeah, because we can discard one of the cards. It is a bit easier to go for big trade hands because we get to pick the 5 highest trade cards out of 6 we draw. So I don't think we need to trade that much. So I think we will start going for damage. Anyways, I think I started talking about this, but then got distracted here. Scrap is made better by the whole draw 6, discard 1, because there's always at least 1 card in your discard pile at the beginning of every turn. So, Mistlebot, Scrap. Let's scrap a Viper, just because we're still early. Grab the Mistlebot. And we could have gotten the space station if we'd discarded the Viper. Yeah, well, grab the Blob Fighter to deny it from our hive-wielding opponent, plus, maybe we'll synergize with our trade pod. Do I want an Imperial Fighter? Not really. Do I want 2 Fed Shuttles? Not particularly, so this might be a no buy hand. Okay, opponent takes a space station, so we can grab our own. It's just an automatic discard the scout. And we go Blob Destroyer or Space Station. I kind of like the damage off of the Blob Destroyer because we do have 2 missile bots flying through our deck. With how our shuffle came out, we're probably not going to get the machine base. While our opponent does have some chances for it, and they are building up a Space Empire wall. So Space Station would be a good fit for them, but the Blob Destroyer is a good way to get through walls, so let's get that. We will deny them the Imperial Fighter to not have more ally abilities for Star Empire. And we turn over an Imperial Frigate, which is even better Star Empire card. Yeah, that's just how it goes sometimes. So, we want the Battle Blob. That's 4. We have 1 draw off the Blob Fighter. So we'd have to draw the survey ship. 1 and 3. No, yeah, we're discarding 2, so it doesn't matter. What am I even talking about? We're not getting that. But hey, at least we'll get to destroy the hive. So we'll stop getting pinged for 3 every turn. Oh, and we can get the Imperial Frigate. And, if we didn't have that discard, we could have gotten the Battle Blob. Meh. That's just how it be sometimes. Yeah, we want to get rid of the hive. Even without the ally ability, getting 3 damage a turn is worth sacrificing the 5 damage. Yeah. Getting rid of 3 damage to us a turn is worth sacrificing 5 bar damage, is what I meant. Yeah, I could have gotten Explorer last turn, but... Oh yeah, they got this machine base. Okay. Are they buying up the blues now for the Fed shuttles? Not sure why. So this is gonna be 6, enough for the Battle Blob, so we don't need a scout for sure. Got the Battle Blob. I mean, we have a solid green-yellow damage engine with the 2 missile bots flying around in it, so I think we have a pretty good deck. Our opponent does have a lot of bases, but yeah, I mean, we'll just need to get a big can opener, which the Blob Destroyer is. Maybe we can do this. Okay, it's hunkering down even more. Yeah, I think this is this is an obvious scout discard, and just get the Blob Fighter. We don't need a trade pod. Oh, we're discarding 2, so yeah, for sure we're discarding 2 scouts, because yeah, I don't want to discard both. I don't want to discard a missile bot. I don't want to discard 2 missile bots. We do turn over the War World, which is good for our opponent, but having an extra Blob Fighter cycling through our base, I think, is worth it. Too bad we didn't ally the Blob Destroyer. Could have done a bit more damage. Meh. Okay, take the Patrol Mech. So the Cutter is not the best card in our deck right now. Again, discarding Scout, because, yeah. These 2 will draw. Cutter and Service Ship are just strictly better than the Scout, and yeah, I like the Imperial Frigate more than the Scout because we'll have how much? 3, maybe 4, 5 by meh. There's nothing. I mean, the Blob World might be nice, but not worth trying to reach for that. Service Ship to draw a card. Ooh, we did get the Blob Destroyer. Good. And we did pair the 2-star Empire cards. We did get the Trade Pod. We have 6. Could scrap the Imperial Frigate to get another draw, but we're not going to get to trade off that. Okay, so for I feel like we buy Warworld, use the Blob Destroyer to scrap their cycling station out of the trade row. Alternatively, we can try to buy and or scrap the battle station, but I think Warworld is better because it actually deals damage and only is only 1 less defense. We want to deny our opponent it. Maybe scrapping their cycling station so they don't have quite as many yellow synergies could work. I don't think we want to. I don't think it makes sense to scrap the Blob World. But yeah, might as well buy the War World and then see what we turn up before we decide what we're scrapping. Yeah, doesn't change our decision. And I think it's still worth scrapping the recycling station, even if it might turn over something for our opponent. Yeah, we can get the Imperial Fighter for ourselves. And they don't particularly need it. Oh, and we won. What was I even talking about? So yeah, as you saw, scrap is very good in this setup. Very, very good. We could very quickly scrap through our deck. A little bit of trade could also work very well because you can build up good trade hands by, throwing out your lowest trade card. Yeah, mission wasn't too bad. So thank you very much for watching. If there was a play that I missed, put it in the comments. If you like the content I produce or think your content is better, produce your own, link it to me, I'll share it. Anyways, thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye.